and welcome to Football's Play to Win, the fastest 45 minutes on TV.
Today's show is being brought to you by Nissan, the Orlando Law Firm, and Longhorn Steakhouse. Today's Hometown Team Report is brought to you by Mellow Mushroom Pizza Bakers, a higher order of pizza for your tailgating events.
Good morning and welcome to Football's Play to Win. I'm Nikki Williams, joined by my people, Jeffrey the Edge Schechter, and former Falcons greats, Big Bob Whitfield, Jamal Anderson, pioneer of the Dirty Bird, and my man here, Chuck Smith. Guys, it's all about recruiting, especially for Georgia. Signing day has never started this early before. We're going to get into some of that recruiting for Georgia coming up in our dog report, so stick with us there. Right now, I want to cut right to it. It's all about the Atlanta Falcons and how every game matters now. The Falcons control their own destiny.
Well, they do, but the Falcons got to make sure they take care of Tampa. Because, look, this team is dangerous. We've talked about what's happened with Jameis. We've talked about Jameis right now with Dirk Cutter struggling. But anytime a team's backed up against the wall, they become dangerous, especially in the NFL for the Falcons.
Dangerously predictable. Isn't that what the argument was about? How predictable the offense is? The Dirk Cutter and Jameis Winston?
Yeah. Here's the thing.
No penalty for winning. They win their last 3 games.
They're in. They're in. The
Falcons. They'll be the 3rd seed.
You called it. The Falcons control their own destiny. Playing against the Bucs, who are going to be missing their top player, arguably, in McCoy on the defensive side. They're missing another defensive lineman. They're missing a couple of linemen. To me, you go out, you jump on top of this team, you do what you have to do and dominate early. And listen, what are the Bucs? Y'all know just as well as me. Nobody wants to be but nobody. Think about this now. They're not going anywhere. They're eliminated from the playoffs. Nobody wants to be in off-season surgery or anything. Nobody wants to be hurt in the off-season. So what are the Bucs going to be thinking about if that game gets out of hand really early?
I mean,
That's
it's
my
not
point.
like no one's ever been tripped up by hot garbage before.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it can happen.
But you got to look at resume tape, and there's 2 guys on the resume there. You got a quarterback, Jameis Winston, on resume, and Dirk Cutter, the head coach, former Falcon coach, is on resume. Now, he has to do stuff in these last 3 games that's going to get him another season, and maybe Jameis Winston keep him under contract when he becomes a free agent. I don't see him staying in Tampa, nor the coach.
I see him staying in the news.
Early, don't let him hang around.
There's no doubt that if there's one person who wants to beat the Falcons, it's Dirk Cutter. You know, and I know he's going to try to get his team fired up. Yeah, no,
Coach Smith.
Excuse me.
Mike Smith.
No,
2 guys.
Mike been struggling this year now.
Right.
I mean, the defense really been struggling. Tampa can't rush the passer. Tampa can't stop the run. Gerald McCoy is getting old. He's basically rolling around.
He's
like
out.
He's in a wheelchair.
He's done. He's done for the season.
They rolled him in his wheelchair out. But Noah Spence has been out there,
The
second
rascal.
round pick. Tampa right now is a hot mess. Let's just be real about it.
Yeah.
Hot mess.
Tampa's a hot mess, but you know what? We've seen crazier things happen, and like I said, every single game counts right now, so we're going to dive into that in just a little bit in our NFL report. Guys, stick with us. You are watching Play to Win.
You never know when the moment will strike, and when it does, you want to be ready. Mellow Mushroom's craft pizza, beer, and cocktails can help you enjoy a more satisfying eating experience. Mellow Mushroom is safe for daily use. If you find yourself sitting in a Mellow Mushroom for more than 4 hours, you may want to go home and come back another day. Mellow Mushroom is not for everyone. Just kidding, it is. Ask your doctor about Mellow Mushroom. He may want to come with you.
If you or a loved one has been seriously injured in an accident, don't drop the ball by letting the insurance company run all over you. I worked as an insurance lawyer for 10 years and I know their tactics and game plan. I'm Roger Orlando of the Orlando firm. Let our 30 years of experience tackle the insurance company for you. Our team will get you every dollar you deserve. So put the ball in our hands and we'll get your case across the goal line. Find us online at atlanta.law or call 678-LAW-FIRM.
Let's get the big guy in place.
The Ford year-end sales event is here.
I can guide you in. No thanks, Santa. I got this. It looks a little tight. Perfect fit. Santa needs an F-150.
That's Ford, America's best-selling brand. Hurry in for 0% financing for 72 months across a full lineup of Ford cars, trucks, and SUVs. For a limited time, get an additional $1,000 cash back on top of 0% financing for 72 months. Get these exclusive offers during the Ford year-end sales event.
It's down to the wire this giving season. Finish strong. Academy Sports and Outdoors. Merry Christmas to all, and for all, a good price.
Today's NFL Report is brought to you by Nally Ford, Sandy Springs. The car you want, the name you trust. It has to be Nally Ford, Sandy Springs.
Welcome back to Play to Win. This NFL Report is being brought to you by our good friends over at Nally Ford. Now, the Philadelphia Eagles lost Carson Wentz for the rest of the season. What do you guys think? Does that open up the NFC?
It was already open.
Oh, yeah, well, that's fair.
Well, listen, no, there's no question. You look at the Eagles and you look at Minnesota Vikings, they were probably, I would say, the top two teams in the NFC for the majority of the season. The Rams have played pretty good, but that game against the Rams was huge for both of those teams, the Young's Ram team, but then they lose Carson Wentz, as you said. So it'll be interesting to see. Nick Foles did a great job there. It was a different regime. It was Chip Kelly and those guys. But I don't know. It's gonna be interesting.
He's been there. He's Nick Foles,
Right.
like you said. He's played with Vic. He played a lot of games in Philadelphia. So Nick Foles is not new to that Philadelphia scheme, and he's not new to winning a game because he did come in late in the Rams game and lead them on the scoring drive and decisive drive. So I like Nick Foles as a leader for the Eagles again.
Right. But I always thought it was open. See, my thing is this. Do you not think that Atlanta can't go to Minnesota and win? Do you not think that realistically any of these teams can go into Philly and win? Let's look at it. Come on now. To me, the biggest thing about crowning the Rams and the Eagles is they got no pedigree. It's not like New England.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, so to me, you got a nice record, but you got to show me, Carson Wentz, if you were healthy, what you can do. Nick Foles, you got to show me that you can get it done because there's no pedigree here to start crowning the Philadelphia Eagles or St. Louis yet. Because any of these, you don't think Seattle, let's be real now, can Seattle go in to Philly and win? I mean,
absolutely. Anything.
On the road. Yeah.
They're gonna. I like Foles. He's all right. He's a backup.
Yeah.
They're gonna miss Wentz. They're not gonna win. The
There's no.
championship.
I mean, the way Wentz was. There's no question they're going to miss Wentz.
Right.
There's absolutely no question they're going to miss him, especially what he did running the ball as well as throwing the ball. But he was having a fantastic season.
Right.
But they have consistently, on both sides of the ball, been the top team in the conference this year. So it is very unfortunate to lose your starting quarterback. But we'll see.
Packers-Panthers. Speaking of games that matter.
See, what you have Cam Newton, who showed he was young Cam all over again when he can tote that rock and run that read option scheme and get 65 yards. And what you see is that Green Bay, even with Aaron Rodgers coming back from shoulder injury, he should have stayed out another game. Julius Peppers, K. Short, that defensive front, they're going to hit you really hard. And then Funches, going to light you up as receiver, and then Chuck's favorite running back combination, Christian McCaffrey. You love him.
He's a poor man's Alvin Kamara.
You love him.
He's a poor man's Alvin Kamara. How about that, Christian
Is Alvin
McCaffrey?
coming back, Chuck?
He's better than Christian McCaffrey.
He's young. Here's the thing. 2015 Cam Newton, we've seen in the past couple games. That is a very dangerous football team with 2015 Cam Newton.
Absolutely.
Period, point blank. Okay?
It ain't the 2015 Cam Newton with the passing. Not this year.
No, he doesn't have the same weapons, but what they were able to do, I mean, listen, the Falcons had a very, very tough time with Minnesota. They ran all over the Vikings last week. You understand? The Panthers ran all over those guys last week, and Cam Newton, Jonathan Stewart.
There's no doubt. There's no doubt. Don't act like the offense was rolling.
No.
Let me tell you,
This is what happens when every game matters. We do this for like an hour. I do want to talk a little bit about Rams Seahawks, though.
Vikings
We can't get out of this without Rams Seahawks.
I agree.
Seriously.
I don't disagree with that, but I'm just saying.
I know.
Rams Seahawks.
I have to get electric tasers on
I'm
you
going to tell you
guys.
about Rams Seahawks because I said last week that the Rams might go to the show. And everybody know about that west side with the Rams. Todd Gurley, a Georgia guy, is running through people. That's what's keeping them actively in every game is that running attack, and I don't see it stopping anytime soon.
Jeffrey, how do you see it? Let's get your picks.
Okay, starting out with, I like Carolina over Packers. I think he's coming back, Rodgers, but I just like Carolina. Seahawks are excellent. They're playing good ball. I don't know if they're excellent. They're tough at home. I like the Seahawks. Pittsburgh, I got a question. You give up 30 points to Baltimore. The defense a little shaky. New England didn't look like they were in the mood to play last night. But Pittsburgh being home, I'm going to take the 3.
And coming up in our fantasy report, we're going to talk about coaches on the hot seat. Stick with us on Football's Play to Win. We'll be right back.
I'm talking tough, like a state of mind. Tough, like a soldier on the front line. Tough when it gets rough, like my Ford truck. Always enough. I'm talking tough.
During the year-end sales event at Nally Ford, get 0% APR for 72 months, plus $1,000 in Ford credit bonus cash on select 2017 models.
Hey y'all, we're Low Cash and we love Nally Ford and NallyFord.com. It has to be Nally Ford, Sandy Springs.
Cratchit, it's time for the office secret Santa. Pick a name. Go on. Who'd you get?
Well, I got you, sir.
Oh, fancy that. I got you. Here's a holiday scratcher. Could be worth millions.
Oh, I'd be truly grateful, sir.
I want you to have it. No, I don't. Oh, good gracious. Sorry, this is very hard for me. I'll try again. Okay. No, I failed myself.
It's the gift that's almost too good to give. Spread cheer with holiday scratchers from the Georgia Lottery.
All right, time to put the cookies out for Santa. I forgot to put them in there. Oh no. Idea. What about that? Yeah. What? Santa will love some. This is it. Promise you. Good for his tummy, right?
Ah. Ho, ho, ho. It's the Red Tits!
Today's NFL Fantasy Report is being brought to you by Haviland Express Lube, driven to perform, so our customers and their vehicles can too.
This NFL Fantasy Report is brought to you by Haviland. I'm joined by fantasy expert Adam Brown. I'm Chuck Smith, and we're going to talk a little ball. Fantasy's kind of on the back end right now. You know, what is it, the second round of fantasy, something like that?
It's semifinals and finals weeks for most fantasy leagues, so we're going to change course, I guess.
All right, well, let's sit back and talk a little ball. We're going to talk about coaching. Coaches that are about to be fired, Adam. So let's just sit back and talk a little ball.
Let's do it, man.
Let's talk about Marvin Lewis right now. He's number one on most people's boards when it comes to being fired. Can Marvin Lewis survive in Cincinnati?
Absolutely not. They need a culture change in Cincinnati. My opinion is they need to go after offensive linemen and whatnot. They need a culture change with the coaches. He can't survive this.
All right. I like what you're saying about Marvin, but one thing I'm going to say about Marvin is he could end up being the general manager somewhere and being great. He's done a great job stocking that team with a lot of talent.
Absolutely. They have a ton of talent. I just think they need a culture change. Things get stale. They need to freshen it up a little bit in Cincinnati.
All right, John Fox in Chicago. He's 13-32. He's got a quarterback in Mitch Trubisky. The offense is bland, just drinking water.
Yeah.
There's nothing in it.
Look, I told you this earlier, right? I said you either start a quarterback at the beginning of the year or you keep him out like they did in Cincinnati with Carson Palmer and let him learn the offense. And you let him take his bumps going all the way through the season. They put him in the game. They put him in the season 5th week, I think it was.
Right.
You can't do that and expect for the chemistry to hit and all that kind of stuff. You can't do that. It's a dumpster fire in Chicago, and they need to fix it.
All right, speaking of dumpster fire, what's going to happen in Indianapolis? Chuck Pagano, he hadn't had Andrew Luck now, so you got to take that into account. So is Chuck Pagano, is he in or is he going to be out in Indianapolis?
He's out, and they haven't had a.
He's out?
He's out. They haven't had a 100-yard rusher in 2 years.
Really?
I mean, the offensive line stinks.
So so Chuck Pagano hadn't had his full arsenal.
No.
I'm just saying.
I love the guy. I think he's a great coach. I think his players love to play for him. In fact, I know they do because people we talk to all say it all the time. But they need somebody to kind of help out the situation a little bit. And I don't think he's the type of guy that can do that.
All right, for Adam Brown, I'm Chuck Smith. More Play to Win coming up in a minute.
It's 4 a.m., and the other breakfast guys are still sleeping. But the Hardee's Biscuit Baker just got to work, mixing buttermilk, flour, butter, hand-kneading, rolling, and cutting our biscuits from scratch. The Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Biscuit for just $1.69, only at Hardee's.
Who do you trust to change your oil? I'm consumer investigator Dale Cardwell. This is really my car, and Haviland Express Lube is who I truly trust. They're professional, priced to beat the competition, and really, really fast.
Hey football fans, don't take chances by driving with worn-out wiper blades. Pull into Haviland Express Loop Monday through Thursday, mention Football's Play to Win, and get a free pair of wiper blades with the purchase of an oil change.
To see our real research and find the location nearest you, visit trustdale.com/Haviland.
Automatic emergency braking.
It stopped for you.
Standard on Nissan's most popular models. Hurry, the 2017s are almost gone. Get 0% financing for up to 72 months on 13 models, or save up to $10,260 on select models. See Star Wars The Last Jedi now playing.
At Hardee's, we call them made-from-scratch biscuits because made by a biscuit maker who shows up at 4 a.m. to hand mix, knead, roll, and cut them and then does it again every 15 minutes, biscuits is way less catchy. The Bacon, Egg, and Cheese Biscuit for just $1.69, only at Hardee's.
Good morning and welcome back to the fastest 45 minutes on television. Today on Football's Play to Win, we'll look ahead at the big Falcons-Tampa game and tell you how to pick this weekend's winners. That's all next on Football's Play to Win.
Today's show is being brought to you by Ford, Mellow Mushroom, and Georgia Lottery. Welcome to Football's Play to Win with Falcons All-Pro defensive end Chuck Smith, Falcons All-Pro offensive tackle Bob Whitfield, Fantasy Football League Master Adam Brown, Play to Win expert Jeffrey the Ed Schechter, Medical and Injury Update with Dr. Andrew Lalage, and your host, Nikki Williams. Today's Atlanta Falcons report is brought to you by Ford F-150, the official truck of the NFL.
And it's time to talk some Falcons here with these former Falcons greats. This Falcons report is brought to you by Ford. Now, the Falcons are in Tampa Monday night, but let's look back at this last game where when Tampa was at Mercedes-Benz, Julio Jones went for 250 yards.
Yeah, they don't want to see that again. No. Tampa, Mike Smith does it.
They won't see it again.
And they will see it again.
They won't see it. They ain't got no pass rush. Trust me, Tampa
no
ain't got no pass rush.
And really, is it desire left for that team? Does Tampa still have the desire? It might be jobs opening up down in Tampa. It's a great state, good stadium, nice. They have a Super Bowl coming up in a couple years. You'll love it down there because Dirk Cutter and that offense and that defense, Mike Smith, they might not stick around.
If there's nobody else Cutter and Mike Smith want to beat, it's the Atlanta Falcons, period, point blank. And Mike Smith has been mentioned in several conversations about
Julio.
Maybe a possible head coach.
How do you stop Julio then?
I don't. You got to put brackets around
really
him.
Don't.
They got to find a way. They got to find a way to stop Julio, obviously.
They're not going. They don't have the defense.
They still in Tampa. They still, as a matter of fact, they need to put a ski mask on and back up to the window with a pistol. I mean, that's what they're doing. They're stealing from the bank, man. I mean,
they're stealing
when
checks.
When you lay eggs like Tampa's been laying, remember, this is the team that was on Hard Knocks selling wolf tickets, but they're going to get after the Falcons. Yes. I mean, Jameis Winston and Dirk Cutter are having a monumental disagreement thing that's being played out nationally. To me, Tampa's really a disappointment. Then you playing in the NFC South?
Yeah, it's hard. It's Hard Knocks low key the SI cover now? Because everybody that comes off Hard Knocks has rough seasons.
What about Deion Jones?
Well,
Monster season. I think Debo is turning into a star for this football tournament. He consistently makes plays, and obviously you watched him against the Saints, came up with a critical game, a game-saving catch, an interception there to help the Falcons win that game. But he's getting better and better each year, and that's a young defense, and this is the leader, basically, of that young defense. And I just love the way that he's been maturing as a player and the plays that he makes, and I'm like, keep balling, man.
He had the big play last week, not the interception. He knocked out Alvin Kamara.
That was huge. That was huge.
That's very.
He's a Tennessee man.
I know.
I don't like the Saints, but he's a ball. He's a VFL, but you can take the Saints and go somewhere else with that.
Alabama first.
What about Tevin Coleman? He's on concussion protocol right now.
Something about this concussion protocol. We don't know what the true protocol is because if you play it on Thursday night football, you get an extra couple days to get well. And what it is that can a team function without one of their functioning components, a cog in their wheel? Is he going to be able to be there for them? I don't think they need him the way Devontae Freeman ran last week.
I want to hear from professional running back.
Yeah, I was
professor running back.
I was concerned, especially with Devontae Freeman coming off the 2 concussions, but I thought he was very physical last week against the Saints. He ran the ball very, very hard, and so I was like, fine, I feel a lot better about that. Listen, he's from Florida. If he has to carry the weight for the Falcons coming into this game against Tampa Bay, there's not going to be a single person on the sideline more motivated than Devontae Freeman. But I mean, obviously, in this late stage in the season, you want all of your weapons, and Tevin Coleman is definitely a weapon for the Falcons, so you want him on the field. And it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Go ahead, Nick.
Well, I want to check in with our friends over at 680. Nick Cellini has, of course, his opinion on what the Falcons need to do to make it to the playoffs.
The bottom line is the Falcons are in the same spot they were a year ago at this time, and they're feeling pretty good about their chances. Is it going to be easy? No, because if you count the Falcons, there are 3 teams in the NFC South with at least 8 victories. Over in the AFC, 4 teams in total. So yes, on one hand, the Falcons control their own destiny. On the other hand, they have to play a team that's desperate with nothing to lose in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on Monday night, a team that's going to be angry on Christmas Eve in New Orleans, and then a team that already beat them on New Year's Eve in the Carolina Panthers. All you have to do, that being said, is win those games, and once again, you are the champions of the NFC South. I think they could still have one more loss and make it into the postseason, but 1 is the magic number. 3 means you're a champion.
Oh, Nick Cellini makes it sound so easy.
It is.
Jeffrey, how do you see it? Let's get your picks.
Tampa has no defense. I mean, just don't let them hang around. Run it up early. I like Atlanta. Give the 6.
What do you guys think? You think that that's the right way to
I
go?
think so.
I do. I don't disagree with this man ever.
No, I don't disagree with it either. But Nick is right. What the Falcons need to do is right in front of them. Okay.
You heard it here first, guys. Coming up next, we'll have our dog report. Don't change that channel. Stick with us on Football's Play to Win.
Let's get the big guy in place.
The Ford year-end sales event is here.
I can guide you in. No thanks, Santa. I got this. It looks a little tight. Perfect fit. Santa needs an F-150.
That's Ford, America's best-selling brand. Hurry in for 0% financing for 72 months across a full lineup of Ford cars, trucks, and SUVs. For a limited time, get an additional $1,000 cash back on top of 0% financing for 72 months. Get these exclusive offers during the Ford year-end sales event.
It's down to the wire this giving season. Finish strong. Academy Sports and Outdoors. Merry Christmas to all, and for all, a good price.
Reliability. For over 100 years, Georgia Power has been providing customers with the most reliable service available. So we're always making sure you have the power you need, when you need it. From self-healing power grids to our diverse fuel mix, we're going to continue creating new and innovative ways to deliver that same reliable energy at the lowest possible cost. Learn more at georgiapower.com.
Get a steak. Don't stop there. Get it with lobster. Get a steak topped with crab cake. Eat like you own the place, because tonight you do. Get it now. Longhorn's Turf and Surf, the new filet and citrus grilled lobster tail, the new crab cake filet, or Flo's filet and lobster tail. The feeling, the flavor, the place. Longhorn Steakhouse. You can't fake steak.
Welcome back. Don't forget to go to the Play to Win website and enter the Ippolito's You Be the Expert contest. This season, be sure to visit our website, playingtowin.tv, and take a shot to be #1 against all the competition by picking this week's college and NFL winners against the spread. We'll be giving away Ippolito's $100 and $50 gift certificates to each week's first and second place winners. So make sure you come back every week and prove your football IQ by being the best at predicting this week's college and NFL games. Ippolito's, a great neighborhood Italian restaurant. The Kirby Smart continues to get Coach of the Year honors. Right when you think they couldn't give this guy one more award, he gets another one. It's like, what now, $950,000 in bonuses?
It's keep coming. It's keep coming.
I mean,
he can wear more gold chains than me.
That looks like the Miami turnover chain.
She got an interception. That's what happened.
That's Nikki Nefertiti. She
looking good.
Mr. T.
Hey, but talk about Kirby.
She intercepted that chair.
See,
talk about Kirby.
Well, with Kirby, what you have is when you have a freshman quarterback that he replaces who the guy we knew was going to start, who came in, and Jake Fromm comes in, and Kirby Smart keeps the freshman quarterback under wits, keeps him playing, successful, efficient, effective, the ability he has. So what you have is he earned the job. He earned the title, Coach of the Year, just for the fact that he had Jake Fromm.
We talked about this a couple of weeks ago, but I mean, think about this. Look at how many guys Georgia's put out in the NFL. And now the program is actually realizing, with all the talented players that have been the last couple of years, no knock to Rick, it hasn't achieved to the levels that they're at right now. And look at the talent, and then look at the talent that they got coming in. He's a Georgia guy. He's back home. Everything is, I mean, why would you not, really want to go there? It's a fantastic school, and they got a bunch of ball players.
And speaking of talent,
them up too, though, Nikki.
Oh yeah,
they're bigger and stronger now. What is the first thing Kirby said? We need to get Diesel. We need to get bigger. So hey,
Georgia's always been a factory for NFL plays. When Kirby Smart looks in the mirror, he sees Nick Saban. So
If
I think a lot of people would say that.
Yeah, I think any running back coming out, especially look at the guys that they have now and the guys that they've been putting into the league. You got to really give it a hard look. And then, obviously Alabama too, but man, what a program. And the line, new recruits, new guys.
Recruits, and let's talk about that because the signing day is earlier now than it's ever been, right?
Let's talk to consensus. Hey, look, Bob was the #1 high school offensive lineman in America.
I thought you were about to say he was the first one ever in America.
And if you have a moment, please look up Bob's picture on the Cal High Sportsbook.
Look, this is what it is at Georgia. Commit to the G. And that's their campaign out there. And they're getting guys to commit to that G. And they got some old linemen coming in. Because if you have a running back university, you need old linemen.
Why though? Why are people committing to the G?
Because it's SEC football. They're winning games. It's national TV.
Preach.
Notre Dame. You got the quarterback efficient, throwing downfield. You get the best of both worlds. NFL-style quarterbacking.
Great
in
city.
the
A
top,
great city.
Great city.
My hometown.
Athens is
great city.
Yeah. Close to Atlanta. It's like the mecca of football right now.
It's like 2 hours from Atlanta.
No, it's not.
that close.
Oh, you're
well,
right.
the way I drive.
From Gwinnett, it's like an hour.
Okay.
But
it's a good place to be.
As you were saying earlier, that consistency will continue to go with the new recruits. I mean, they got Warren Erickson, a big-time guard coming in. They just got Trey Hill, who's another huge 5-star guy, and then Cade Mays, like Mr. Tennessee, the past couple of years.
Tennessee.
I don't think he's committed yet, but
I thought he was going to go to Clemson. I heard.
Well, I don't know, but I heard Georgia, Clemson, and Ohio State are his final 3.
Well, they are stacking that cabinet awfully thick over there at Georgia.
Today's University of Georgia report is being brought to you by This Is It Barbecue and Seafood, home of Atlanta's original rib tips.
And speaking of This Is It Barbecue, we've got quite the spread out here today. I like to call this the gospel. Telly is here with This Is It Barbecue. What are we looking at and about to devour over here?
Thank you for having us, guys. Man, we got nothing but the delicious out here for you today. So let me walk you down first.
Walk us down.
So first we got that sweet potato souffle.
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 Preach.
Yes.
Now you know in the middle, coming up number 2, that's our new beef brisket.
I done already tried it. It's off the chain.
Beef brisket, y'all.
Yes, it's the bomb.
AKA beef butter, because it melts in your mouth.
Yes.
Butters and butter, baby.
I can't wait.
We got the fried turkey here.
That's just not a regular fried turkey.
It's not.
What is it?
That's a delicious fried turkey.
How long does it take to prepare all this?
Now, you know, that beef brisket takes about 18 hours.
18 hours?
And it takes about 36 hours to marinate.
And it
Turkey.
takes 5 minutes for me to eat.
Go ahead, man. That turkey, 12-hour cook time, nice and slow. If you smoke them, but we got a fried turkey today, so that's about 2-hour fry time.
So now in order to be invited back to all the holiday parties by showing up with this, how soon do you guys need to order your This Is It?
We need them to order right now at www.thisisitbbq.com. Thisisitbbq.com. Go online, place your orders for your holiday orders, your office parties, anything you need, we got your back.
You heard the man. Order your This Is It barbecue yesterday. When we come back, we'll touch on some of the upcoming bowl games, guys. Stick with us on Football's Play to Win.
Look what God has done. Thank you. Because of your support, we've grown to locations all over Atlanta. This is the time of year where we all take time to give thanks and to celebrate with family and friends. May God richly bless you and your family is our prayer. Thank you and happy holidays! See you soon!
People of all ages suffer from orthopedic conditions that limit daily activities. If you're not getting significant relief from other options or you've considered surgery, LipoGems might be right for you. The LipoGems procedure is a cutting-edge award-winning technology that helps your body heal itself the natural way by using your own powerful fat. This simple and minimally invasive procedure might be the answer you're looking for. For more information or to find a participating physician, visit understandlipogems.com.
Who do you trust to change your oil? I'm consumer investigator Dale Cardwell. This is really my car, and Haviland Express Lube is who I truly trust. They're professional, priced to beat the competition, and really, really fast.
Hey football fans, don't take chances by driving with worn out wiper blades. Pull into Haviland Express Loop Monday through Thursday, mention football's play to win, and get a free pair of wiper blades with the purchase of an oil change.
To see our real research and find the location nearest you, visit trustdale.com/Haviland.
Today's SEC College Report is being brought to you by the Southeast Nissan dealers. Choose Nissan.com.
This SEC ACC report is brought to you by the Greater Atlanta Nissan dealers. I just want to welcome Jamal Anderson as our newest member of the group.
Thank you.
The inventor of the Dirty Bird. Welcome to you.
That's disputed. That is disputed.
That is not disputable.
I have
OJ
video
is watching
evidence.
out there. OJ Santiago.
Oh my gosh.
Who's the original Dirty Bird?
Are you kidding?
I'm just saying.
Are you kidding? Did you see that look he gave you?
It was disputed though, wasn't it, Bob?
I created a dance. There's actually video evidence of me doing it first.
Okay.
It was my idea.
All right.
Look what I have done.
I own the
Okay.
copyright. Where else do you want me to go with that?
All right, guys, we got to get to the
OJ's
college
still mad.
bowl
No.
games because it's already college bowl season. Y'all pay attention to me. We got some big stuff coming up.
Yes.
I want to start off with the Tax Slayer Bowl.
Oh, I got something on
Ooh.
that. Like, who's the coach of Mississippi State? This is a trivia question because as it stands now, Dan Mullen moved to Florida.
Yes.
Then they brought in interim coach who was Greg Knox, who's been there, the special teams guy. Now they got from Penn State Joe Moorhead, and he's not coaching that bowl game. So look for Coach Knox to coach Mississippi State without their quarterback in that bowl game. This is something that happens that we probably won't pay attention to, but it's on the schedule.
That honestly sounds like an SAT problem.
By the way, Louisville has a really, really, really good quarterback who won the Heisman Trophy last year.
good coach,
Arguably could have won the Heisman Trophy this year, so I like Louisville.
I like a good coach too, though. Petrino, I'm surprised he didn't go to the SEC. A lot of people didn't. You thought he was going to maybe get a head coaching job. A lot of folks didn't really jump on Bobby like that.
He was at the SEC.
It's Mr. Personality.
He was at the he was at the SEC.
Mr. Personality. What about Miami, Wisconsin at the Orange Bowl?
I like Miami. I like the U. I like what Mark Richt has done this year. I mean,
like him.
The U had a year that they really needed to put them back on the map.
Right.
I love the chain. I love the swag. I love really the entire community of South Florida got involved. And this Miami team, they're ascending, man. I really believe that. And Mark Richt's done a heck of a job.
Let's be realistic.
And
College
their home
football, college football is a lot more fun with a good University of Miami team. All right,
I can agree with that.
But Wisconsin is obviously upset after what happened in that bowl game, so it'll be interesting. They're a big physical team. They have an outstanding freshman running back who's been balling this year. So,
They don't turn the ball over.
They do not turn the ball over.
And they
so
heavy
it would
footed
be-
and they slow like everybody else in Wisconsin.
Not that running back. They got
Heavy-footed and slow.
no.
Man, they ain't got no speed in Wisconsin.
That Miami quarterback couldn't hit the broadside of a barn.
Well,
He's horrible.
he'll be able to outrun the cats from Wisconsin. I can promise you that.
Michigan, South Carolina, Jamal. Professor Jamal.
I like Michigan. I like
Yeah?
Michigan. Yeah, Michigan. You were talking about a program who needs to come and perform well in this bowl game because Harbaugh. Now everybody's kind of making a deal of it. Obviously, one of the highest paid coaches. He's got a lot of energy. He's got a lot of recruits going to Michigan. Cannot beat Ohio State. Cannot win the game. Cannot get the championship. No.
He hasn't won a division yet.
So, this is a team, they're going to be putting all their eggs into that bowl basket and really try to come out and win.
Eggs in the bowl basket. I like to hear about the swag. It's always about the swag, like whatever people are going home with, depending on whatever bowl they go to.
Oh, yeah, the gift bags.
The gift bags.
Oh, the better the bowl, the better the gifts. Because you don't want to pay college football players, which they should get paid. That's a whole nother segment.
Oh
We're
my
gonna have it
gosh,
on
did you really just crack that egg open right
I'm
now?
telling you.
We're going to be here till next week, guys.
Gucci gang.
Gucci gang, Gucci gang. I didn't say that. You said that. We all said that. We all thought it. Guys, now it is time for our college football showdown of the week.
Today's Showdown of the Week is being brought to you by the Georgia Lottery, where every jackpot is a good jackpot.
Boise State and Oregon. That's going to be our college football showdown of the week. What do you guys think about? You were a big proponent of throwing that game in there, right?
Well, it's the best bowl game this coming
Why?
week. It's an interesting matchup. These teams have played each other in the past. Boise State has always played Oregon competitive, and this will be a good game.
I got a golf tea time. Matter of fact, we're playing basketball in the backyard with the kids, man. They don't play the game. They need to stop that.
First week of those bowls?
We got rec league basketball.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. The first week of the bowls, very hard to find games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting is I didn't realize, just not really so much about the game, but I didn't realize Oregon was a job that you left and went to another university, given their resources and what you could get paid at that school. But Taggart showed us something, and maybe we just kind of saw with the coaching transitions, the pecking order of how this thing really goes. You saw a guy go from ACC to SEC, a guy go from Pac-12 to the ACC. So it'll be interesting to see, because Oregon's got the resources, who's going to be the next guy there.
Remember this, when Boise State beat Oklahoma? That was one of the best college games ever. I mean, till like 1:30 at night.
Chuck's over here mouth breathing. He doesn't know what you guys are doing. He's like, I got a yard to cut.
Chuck is a January 1st bowl guy.
Oh my God.
What a
fair weather dude.
That's how I roll. They
fine.
playing no, New Year's Day bowls.
Let me tell you something. Some of those games, the first week of the bowls, you get 6 and 5.
All right, guys, the conversation continues after this break. Stick with us. We will check in with Dr. E for our NFL injury report. We'll be right back.
Automatic emergency braking.
It stopped for you.
Standard on Nissan's most popular models. Hurry, the 2017s are almost gone. Get 0% financing for up to 72 months on 13 models, or save up to $10,260 on select models. See Star Wars: The Last Jedi now playing.
We've owned a few different houses through the years. Your company was absolutely the best. They were so professional. Everything they didn't get a mark on a wall or anything else. It was clean, it was friendly, and it was fun. And most of the time, moving is not fun. I'm going to give a great recommendation to Atlanta Peach Movers. It's always on time and it's always professional. There is no tree in Atlanta Peach Movers.
To schedule your move, call Atlanta Peach Movers today.
Hi.
Well, honey, I said sweet potatoes.
Yes, you did. I forgot the shrimp. Shrimp? An apple pie.
Dad likes pecan.
Oh, well, in that case, I can.
Love to drive? Visit the Start Your Own Legacy winter sales event for leases starting at $289 a month at your Atlanta area Infinity retailer.
Do you suffer from irritability, boredom, and chronic cravings? Mellow Mushroom's craft pizza, beer, and cocktails are clinically proven to improve your mood and leave you with a full belly. Mellow Mushroom is fast-acting, giving you relief when you need it the most. Side effects of Mellow Mushroom may include salivation, euphoria, and an insatiable craving for more Mellow Mushroom. Ask your doctor about Mellow Mushroom. She may want to come with you.
Today's player injury and medical report is being brought to you by the Orlando Law Firm. Put a former insurance lawyer in your corner.
And joining us now to talk about some injuries around the NFL, my sister from another here, Taryn Ashley, Dr. Elamine, and we have a special guest today, Chris Culliver, former South Carolina Gamecock and NFL player who actually suffered an ACL injury before. And specifically today, we're going to be talking about Carson Wentz and this torn ACL. Dr. Elamine, dig up those bones and ligaments and tell us what we're working with.
As you guys know, he did sustain an ACL injury this week, and pretty much I'm going to go over this and show you what an ACL is. Everyone knows that this is the ACL ligament here. It actually prevents the actual bones from actually moving too much when you run. Really? So that's what's going on here. So he sustained that pretty bad injury.
Yeah, and definitely Carson. And since he had a similar injury to you, Chris, can you kind of tell us how that could affect his career and his playing?
Well, really, like you said, sustaining an injury like this, is definitely tough. So my hearts go out to him and his family. But he definitely have a good organization that's behind him. And I believe that someday he definitely can get over, with the good spirit of the guys and just trying to get him back, going. I think he, going to take a little time, but, I believe he's going to go out there and get it back strong and, play like he never played before.
Yeah. Aside from the spirit of the gods, we also need medicine to do its work as well. How crucial is the procedure and recovery of an ACL surgery to getting back on the road with your career?
Oh, very, very critical. As you know, it depends on what type of graft you use, when you get back, whether or not you have proper rehab and so forth, and also the injuries that you sustained while having an ACL. Did you tear any other ligaments and so forth? And I'm sure you can attest to that. You came back, you did extremely well after your ACL surgery.
How long of a recovery are we looking at here?
So it usually takes about 9 months, you would say, right? For the most part, 9 months.
12 months, yeah.
9 to 12 months. It's a season. It definitely is a season. It is a season-ending injury, if not a career-changing injury.
Yeah, and I understand that can be really tough on a player, and kind of what goes through your head when you're having that happen.
Well, you know, like you said, you know, mentally, you know, you got to stay strong. You know, you definitely have to stay strong. You know, it's tough. You know, kind of a lot of guys go into dark, you know, mindsets, and you know, just sustaining an injury like this, because like you said, it's definitely what Doc, you know, definitely explains, career changing. You know, so. You know, you're definitely going to have the guys come around and, you know, like, but I feel like, you know, he's going to definitely bounce back from this one.
Definitely keeping your spirits up. So important to come back from an injury like this. Stick with us. When we come back, we will have Jeffrey the Edge Schechter's picks. Stay with us on Football's Play to Win.
If you've been seriously injured in an accident, don't get blindsided by the insurance company. I'm Roger Orlando, and I've built a winning team to run interference against the insurance companies and get your case across the goal line. Call me at 678 Law Firm.
Cratchit, it's time for the office secret Santa. Pick a name. Go on. Who'd you get?
Well, I got you, sir.
Oh, fancy that. I got you. Here's a holiday scratcher. Could be worth millions.
Oh, I'd be truly grateful, sir.
I want you to have it. No, I don't. Oh, good gracious. Sorry, this is very hard for me. I'll try again. Okay. No, I failed myself.
It's the gift that's almost too good to give. Spread cheer with holiday scratchers from the Georgia Lottery.
Automatic emergency braking.
It stopped for you.
Standard on Nissan's most popular models. Hurry, the 2017s are almost gone. Get 0% financing for up to 72 months on 13 models, or save up to $10,260 on select models. See Star Wars: The Last Jedi now playing.
In football, as in the legal system, it helps to know your opponent. I'm Roger Orlando, and I used to work for the insurance companies. I've seen their playbook, and I know their game plan. If you've been hurt in an auto accident, call me at 678 Law Firm.
Get a steak. Don't stop there. Get it with lobster. Get a steak topped with crab cake. Eat like you own the place, because tonight you do. Get it now. Longhorn's Turf and Surf, the new filet and citrus grilled lobster tail, the new crab cake filet, or Flo's filet and lobster tail. The feeling, the flavor, the place. Longhorn Steakhouse. You can't fake steak.
Today's lightning round is brought to you by Longhorn Steakhouse, now featuring great American steak dinner. Longhorn Steakhouse, you can't fake steak.
Welcome back to Football's Play to Win. It is time for our lightning round and to get Jeffrey's bowl picks. Jeffrey, how do you see it?
First week, it's really hard to find teams. You got 7-5 teams, 6-6 teams, no coaches. But I like Boise State against Oregon. Take the 7. I don't even know what FIU stands for, but I like them with the 7 points against Temple.
What about your NFL picks?
I like the Chargers. I would love to see the Chargers win that division and go far in the playoffs. Give them 1 with the Chargers. I'm not crazy about Detroit. I like the Bears with the 5.5 points. And Dallas is starting to play better. Oakland is the disappointing team of the season. Give the 3 with Dallas.
Well, thank you so much, Jeffrey, Big Bob Whitfield, Jamal Anderson. Welcome to the team. Chuck Smith, and I'm Nikki Williams. Guys, we will see you next week on Football's Play to Win. Thanks for hanging with us.
Today's show has been brought to you by Haviland Express Lube, This Is It Barbecue, and Nally Ford Sandy Springs.